Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rakar Kadash. Have honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS that rule and teach word and scripture. Salutations to Ma'akim that are doing this work in truth and faith and in all sincerity. Today's lesson just gonna, touch a little bit of the armies of our nation. King David's men, 144,000. Just as depicted in Numbers. Okay. And I'll just, touch base briefly. This is Numbers chapter 1 and 22 of the children of Simeon, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them according to the number of the names by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. So this is a short depiction of how the nation of Israel, numbered basically its armies, and when when you were able to go and fight for the nation. It would be similar to how Esau has this his setup here in Babylon. With you have enlistment, and I think it's the age of 18, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I believe it's the age of 18, and you're able to go to war and fight for your country. Well, with the nation of Israel, you have to understand that the mighty men, the men of King David, had strength. Okay, they were in order, and so now we take it from that point on to future, to this present time, and everything that's being built as far as the house of David will be spiritual. Okay, but the scriptures do relate the scriptures do relate the army of King David as being an exceedingly great army. Okay, so we know we have the 144,000. All right, of the warriors of Yashar'Allah. And so this depiction depicts how the nation of Israel looked. How our people basically looked back then. And you can kind of compare it to today's standards or today's formats of how we look now versus how we used to look back then, according to Elder Apostle Tahar. So this is something that Esau is shook. Okay, Esau he's scared in his boots. Okay, coming from the tribe of Amalek, even to the rest of the house of Esau. Who's the top tribe? The Amalekites. The Amalekites are the so-called Jewish people today, the ones that own radio stations, Disney, so on and so forth. They own everything.